Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. I'm an early childhood educator turned Riley Blake fabric designer, and I am so excited to be here with you today. Today, I am coming on to just to share a couple tips and tricks of a brand new pattern that we have launched inside our pattern club. But our patterns are also available for purchase outside of the club if you just want that pattern. So this pattern this week is, or this month is called stuffed mushrooms. So it looks like this. This you get when you're in the pattern club, you actually get two patterns every month. So you'll get a craft pattern plus a quilt pattern, all for less than the cost of one pattern. So it's an amazing deal. But I understand that sometimes people just want the one pattern. So it's also available in the shop. Um, and I'll just give you a quick glimpse of what that pattern looks like. It's a fully illustrated, fully detailed, step-by-step pattern showing all of the details. The templates are even in there and the fabric requirements. But we're going to talk through a couple of the tips and tricks. I'm not going to give it all away here, but I do want to share some of my secrets and some things that I do to make sure I have the best success that I can with stuffed mushrooms. So a little bit about me is that I'm a professional doll maker, so a modern rag doll maker. So stuffing is a huge part of sort of my like what's in my tool case or my suitcase. And I mean like the types of tools you use, how you stuff, and even what's on the inside. So I always say it's what's on the inside that counts. And so this week we're going to just talk about how to make the inside work for you so that you can have the outside really come out the best shape that it can. So all of these patterns are tested and technically edited. So we have a team of sewists that actually sew these. I have made a whole bunch of these as well myself. So you can be rest assured that the templates in this pattern, it does take some geometry to figure out how to get those nice sort of curves on the shape and the underside of the belly with the stems. There's two different sizes. There's sort of a skinny, tall mushroom and then sort of a more short mushroom. And then there's two kinds of stalks, and then there's two tops. So there's kind of pointed top, and then also this cute flat top. So you get lots of opportunity. Like, look at that. So you get lots of opportunity to try a lot of different shapes. All right, so with this pattern. So we'll put links in the bottom. I really hope that you join us in the pattern club. But again, this pattern is also available if you are interested. So a few things that you're going to need to get started is fabric. I am using my To Grandmother's House fabric. I'm going to actually use these three fabrics for the next mushroom. So this is like a word print and it says To Grandmother's House we go. This print inside here is like a cameo print. So it has all the cute characters. It's going to go on the underside of the mushroom. And then this is a woven basket, just like Little Red Riding Hood's basket. It has lots of texture in it, and it's going to be the stem. So I'm going to use those three fabrics, but you can choose the fabrics that you would like to use. Then I'm going to get my pattern. If I'm getting it as a PDF download or from the club, I'll just print it out. You want to be careful. So here's trick number one, is that you do want to make sure that you print to scale. So this pattern is formatted on a half letter, so on a 5.5 by 8.5 size of paper, just like this, like you see. So it can be made into like a booklet. So you can print it as a booklet, but there's usually a button on your printer that says print to fit or print to scale. So just make sure you don't have those checked so it prints actual size. That's what you definitely want. The template page you can see here has a 1-inch test square. Really important if you want everything to be the size that I'm showing you to test it, to make sure that it is actually a 1-inch square. Oh, it is, yay. Now, if you want mushrooms that are larger, you can enlarge this, but these are like a really cute, adorable size. These would make great ornaments, great like potpourri hangers. You can put a hanger in the top of them, and they just make great display on your fall or any kind of season, really, your foresty table center. Coming up in the pattern, I'll give you a little, since you're joining me here, I'll give you a little sneak peek of something that's coming up inside the Pattern Club. Little red basket. Oh my goodness, yes. So you can even put your mushrooms inside the basket. Oh yes, so much fun. So you'll need the pattern printed, and that template page inside there. So if you're printing it as a booklet, you might want to print the template page separately again. Just make sure that you don't scale it, as we said. My next secret ingredient, not so secret, my not so secret ingredient that you can't see on the outside, but that makes all of the difference is this fusible fleece by Thermoweb. It's heat and bond fusible fleece. I don't know if you've ever used this product before or not, but this product, magic. It just really helps give shape and body to the cotton. So I've already cut out some pieces here just to show you. I might even come even closer to you here just to really give you, to show you, see. So one side has like that fleecy feel on it here. And then the other side, I'm not sure if this is going to pick up or not, but it's a little bit more rough. And this is the side that has the glue, the fusible side. And so I will cut a piece of fabric, and then using my new M3P Pro Project Iron from Alicio, I'm going to just take it here, and I'm just going to press this bumpy side, so the glue side, to the wrong side of my fabric, and then I'll have my fabric prepared. It explains all of this inside the pattern. So right inside the pattern, I tell you with illustrations how to do that, but I just wanted to make sure I was like communicating that and showing that to you, because sometimes we feel like we can like skip the stuff that we can't see inside, but I just want to like really show you the difference here. So if I bring up this mushroom close, you can see how well it holds its shape. So these are all fussy cut. You can see how nice the seam is together, and that there's no like opening happening. There's no opening happening in the seam. It seems really full. This is in part how it's stuffed, but the other part of this is that it's backed with this fusible fleece. So all of these pieces are almost, if you can imagine, kind of like a bag, or like a quilt, even like a little mini quilt, if you will. So that's just really the big secret that I wanted to make sure I came on here to tell you about today. The second thing is that when you are sewing curved pieces, so I don't want to give away all the secrets without the pattern here, but when you are sewing curved seams, you do want to make sure that they can open up when you turn them right side out and have this nice lay. So this nice flat lay that's happening here, and how that is achieved is by using a sharp pair of small scissors. So I have these ones. Look how tiny they are. You can see compared to my hand how tiny they are and how sharp they are. This is my little pair that I got from Missouri Star. I actually have a 15% coupon for anything at Missouri Star, so I'll put that link in the bottom as well. But you can get all these products there, but they are so pointy, you guys, and these snip so easy and nice. So when the fabric is fused with this and you've done your seam, all you need to do is go around and do tiny little snips all throughout that seam allowance, being careful that you don't get snipped into your seam. Another tip and trick that I'd love to share with you is that when I'm working with small projects like this, I do this in dolls all the time as well, is I reduce the seam stitch length for my stitch. So definitely a 2 millimeter, definitely a 2 millimeter. You can even go a little bit less. It's not great if it's if you have to like seam rip it out, because it does get really tight, but it's beautiful when you're pushing through. So like I showed you here, that my seams, okay, you can see that you can't even really see the thread in between. It's just like so smooth in here That's because the stitch length is shortened. And so when you're putting all that pressure and you're stuffing in there, then it really, really sort of like helps hold the body. And so does our fusible fleece in here. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about, so really important, is when you're stuffing, you can use a tool like a hemostat. I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of tool before, but this is let's pick it up here. This is a tool that I use a lot in doll making, and it just helps to grab the stuffing and push it in. But you can use anything. You can use like the eraser side of a pencil. You could use a knitting needle, but you do need to really kind of work the stuffing in small amounts up into all the edges and sort of start at the top and push the stuffing out and work into those corners before you fill in that last little bit. So if you just try to shove one piece in there and call it good, you won't get that really like full pushed out thought. So what you've used for your fusible fleece is going to help give that body and stability, but then being able to use like a lot of pressure when you're stuffing is going to give it that strength that you need as well. And you're going to do the same thing to the stem, but you're going to leave seam allowances on both. And then you're just going to place them together. I use like a pin. I'll grab my pins here. I have my Flower Power from Riley Blake. This pins, look at this, you guys. Isn't that enough? I want to just look at this all day. Isn't that just amazing? So the ones that are ready to go are like balancing up in the center. All the heads go out. I also got this at Missouri Star with my 15%. The magnet is so strong on here. Okay, just love it so much. So I'm just going to show you how I pin that so that you'll know. So I will just take those two ends that are fully stuffed, and I will put one pin in the bottom like this, catch it where I want, and then I will tip the pin so it's in line with the mushroom and push it down. That's going to suck that back in. I'm going to come in even closer to you. That's going to suck that bottom piece in even more, and then you'll have room to hand stitch. So again, I'm going to grab this where I want to sew. So I'm going to grab it where I want it to sew like that. I'm going to stick it into the mushrooms, and then this is going to pull it in tighter, like that. And then I'm going to push it down. I'm going to continue that all the way around, like maybe 4 or 5, pulling it in. And then the good thing is you can kind of like change and play, like, oh, this one was way too far. So then I can make sure that I have my stem on straight. Good, so it's like that. Look at that. And then you'll just whip stitch that around in there. You can do an invisible ladder stitch if you want. And then you'll sew it together. Look how cute that is. Now, all you have left to do is you can leave them like this and they're ready to go. Or you can put a little hanger in them, like a string in there. You can thread through some yarn. You can thread through ribbon, or and hang them all over, or you can just put them in a nice bowl. Or better yet, you could put them into your basket that you will make with us in the coming months in the Pattern Club. So lots of fun happening here. Remember that you can always do some little added touches like that fussy cut. So this is the main print from To Grandmother's House, and I did want to do a little bit of fun fussy cutting on that mushroom. And I hope you had fun with this tutorial. It's just a quick sharing among friends of some of the years of experience that I've had in the doll making world and in the fabric craft industry to really help you have the best success that you can. But all of this information and so much more is in all the patterns in the Pattern Club. So I really hope you consider joining us. Use the link down below to shop and get the supplies that you need at a little bit of a discount. And I'm so grateful to have you here, and I'm so excited to see what you create. If you do end up making these mushrooms, please, please, please tag me at sewastory_Jennifer Long on Instagram, or at sewastory everywhere else. And I would love to share your makes and your progress, and all that you are doing and lift you up as well. So thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to see what we create together next. Bye for now.